Hello everyone, I'm Richie from Social Anxiety. Hey guys, so as you know, I'm someone who talks a lot about fandoms and fan culture, and today I wanted to talk to you about my first fandom related heartbreak. Now, before MCR splitting up, before the Fall Out Boy hiatus, before John and Ryan, and eventually Spencer leaving Panic at the Disco, and before my teens, when I'd basically truly discovered my love of bands, the world was completely shook by this news.
Geri Halliwell, otherwise known as Ginger Spice, has announced she's left the Spice Girls.
Is that how newsreaders talked in the 90s? Really? Is that how newsreaders talked when I grew up?
If you've just woken up, here's the biggie today. Geri Halliwell has left the Spice Girls.
Anyway, I was heartbroken. I did not understand how bands worked. I thought that this meant Geri was leaving and the band was going to split up. I didn't understand how it worked, honestly. I wasn't used to multiple members leaving my favourite band and the band carrying on. I thought maybe there was going to be no more Spice Girls. I cried. I took my Geri little postcard off the wall and I was holding it. My mum was trying to console me. It was a sad day in 1999, I promise you. Millennials don't understand. Now, obviously the band carried on regardless and had about a year more of success. It feels like longer. Things in your childhood always feel like longer, don't they? But they carried on and it was fine, and I guess Geri was fine eventually, and they're now reuniting for things with Geri. So since the 20-year anniversary of the Spice Girls, 20-year anniversary of the Spice Girls, oh my god. I'm so old. Since all that's been happening and they've been on the internet more and they've been reuniting for things, I was surfing around on YouTube and finding out some stuff about Geri and the Spice Girls. And that's when I found this clip by Mel B's husband talking about the situation.
We were in the car at the moment. I sat next to Melanie when she found out that Geri's not going to do the lottery show. She made such a huge deal out of it. And there's where the whole argument started. Surprisingly, because Melanie showed me that she was really close with and told me that how close she was with Geri. Melanie and Geri have a relationship with each other what goes deeper than a lot of people think. You can see that there was a deeper thing going on there between Geri and Melanie than just only be members of the group.
What does that mean? What relationship? He didn't say they were best friends and the others really weren't best friends. He's very vague. He says it was a very close relationship and he really emphasises how close they were and how it was on a whole nother level. Is he implying something to stir up drama? Is it the truth? Does he ship it? Were they just very close friends? I don't know.
Because I don't think if any other member of the group would have left the group that Melanie would have been so negative towards too. But Melanie was just hurt that Geri left the group, because they were really, really close.
So obviously they were very close and something went wrong between them. Geri just left the band one day.
We'd made a pact, me and her, that if she wanted to leave, she'd tell me, or if I wanted to leave, I'd tell her, and she just left, like all of a sudden just vanished. It was really, really upsetting for me. When Geri left the group, it was bad.
Because?
Well, she left on my birthday and didn't tell anybody. And we
She
had like the
didn't show
rest
up?
of... She just didn't show up.
Ouch! Oh my god, that is so horrible. That stings. That must hurt so much. They were best friends and they made a pact not to leave without telling each other, and she left on her birthday. This is getting even more dramatic. I did not know it was on Mel B's birthday. Honestly, there wasn't Google and YouTube back then. The information wasn't out there and I had no idea it was so dramatic that she just left on Mel B's birthday. She didn't tell anybody. They would have had to make excuses, and they did make excuses as to where she was.
Thanks for
We are. Unfortunately, Geri's not very well tonight, so get well soon, Geri.
I think we came up with oh, well, let's just say she's ill and just feel it out for a minute to see if she's going to come back at all. That's what I was hoping for anyway.
They said that they didn't want me to do this breast cancer interview alone, and that kind of did it for me. I was like, I can't even do that by myself.
Who said you couldn't do it, Geri?
The story goes that she always going to do, or she wanted to do something to do with breast cancer, but Mel B wouldn't let her. And I don't know that story. I don't remember any of that.
Of course it was Mel B.
That was kind of like the final straw, but I think it was an amalgamation of like, I just felt I didn't belong anymore.
Now, I already knew a little bit about how the Spice Girls formed. I was aware that they all lived in the same house. As they were getting together and rehearsing and setting themselves up as a band, and it was not a 5-bedroom mansion where they all had a huge room to themselves. It was very much a small, compact little house, and they had to share rooms. I know all of this stuff because of this unofficial documentary.
I want to be a pop star.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. Why did they use the derpiest pictures of them? Oh my god. Why, internet? What was that? What were those pictures? So as you can see, this documentary starts in 93, 94 and goes through how they lived together in the house, what they got up to, the drama.
Living in a house with 5 girls is really, really, really exciting because there's never ever a dull moment. Like, there'll be something going on in the kitchen, there'll be something going on in the front room, something going on upstairs.
And it's up the stairs to take a sneaky peek in the girls' bedrooms.
We're the lads of the group.
Oh, Bobby was just climbing out the window. Come in. This is the boudoir.
This is the boudoir. We've got a red light, we've got a mud-coloured light. So let me turn it off and show you the full effect. Geri bought us that bulb, and this is my bed!
This is my one.
That's mine.
This is my rabbit. Let's do a stop my mouth.
This is my side right here.
So as you can see, you've got the messy ones together in a room, sharing, and then you've got like the more tidy, girly girls with their bunny rabbits, and they're like in a separate room, and they're just living in this little council house and sharing rooms and getting by. But then I saw this Alan Carr interview.
Shared rooms.
Yeah.
Single beds.
Yeah, I had my own room.
Nobody had a double bed. Hang on a minute.
Hang on a minute. Mel B had a double bed, she says, pointing at Geri. What? We've seen Mel B's bed.
And this is my bed!
But she points at Geri and says that Mel B had a double bed. Did Geri and Mel B both go in the bed? Was Mel C there at the time? What was happening? Did they have to put a sock on the door handle? I'm going too far into this. Oh my god. What happened?
Did anything happen though in the double bed? Do you ever go, oh, I was drunk, my hand slipped? You're touchy-feely, aren't you?
Yeah, we all
Did anything happen?
We have asked questions about certain members of the band.
Certain members of the band, Geri. Oh my god. She looked at Geri and Geri laughed. You can see that.
Certain members of the band.
What's going on between Mel B and Geri?
It's all good, right?
You swing both ways. It's all good, right? Same though.
Yeah, it's the 90s. It's the 90s.
Extension of our friendship.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the 90s. It's the 90s. Yes. When you finally realise an OTP may or may not have happened, but it was 20 years ago. Talk about being late on the bandwagon or late on the ship or whatever. There was definitely something going on. It's just bizarre to me because as a child I had no understanding of what shipping was. Shipping wasn't even a thing in the 90s. We didn't have this internet culture, so there were no rumours at school like, apparently Scary's with Geri. Like, that didn't really come out at all. I mean, obviously it did because that interview with the husband, but it didn't really get big. Imagine if that happened nowadays, it would be everywhere. The magazines would be like, lesbian lovers. It's bizarre that I had no idea any of this was going on, or potentially going on. So go back to 1994, they're all living together in a house, they're all girls, they're all having to work together with a team of people and live together, and it's obviously gonna get really fractious.
You've got real extremes of people who don't like to say what they think and people who tell you exactly what they think.
Melanie and Geri, Melanie Brown is a really bossy one, and so is Geri. She sort of like tells us what we're doing every day and kind of gets the whip out and makes sure we work properly.
We all made a pact at the start. We all said if there's anything that annoys you or anything that really, really winds you up, rather than let it all build up, we've just got to tell each other. So that's why probably you might find sometimes we get a bit nasty with each other, but it's only because we get it out of the way, then it's over and done with, so that person knows, so they're not going to do it again.
But basically, I think that every group does need a bit of a, you know, organiser. I wouldn't say I'm bossy, more of an organiser.
Geri's a bit of a bossy booze sometimes, and I get a bit annoyed with her.
I'm quite a motivated, enthusiastic person because, you know, I'm just feel like time's running out, I've got to get there. And I'm quite hungry for fame.
So obviously you've got like the two dominant people of the band who, I mean, there's often like this in a friendship group, there's one person who like organises everyone and takes control when things are a bit mad. Maybe there's only room for one person like that in a band. Maybe it's got nothing to do with a relationship between them, maybe it just got too much, having two very dominant personalities in a band.
Mel B would, you know, often fight with Geri. I mean, they would often almost end up physical.
You really spoiled the Hamley line then. Really did. I promised over race, now when you forgot your
Yeah,
bill.
we said do it.
And you
I
forgot
want
your
to say
time
something
for
now.
picture.
When me and Em had that argument earlier on, she needs to
You
get
spoiled, completely spoiled that, and you had that a minute ago. You need to concentrate, because you can get your time when you concentrate.
But you made a big mistake. I made
That's
that
just annoyed with that's
Yeah,
all.
but you
You're the
can't do
loudest.
that.
You're the loudest on that harmony line, that's all.
Oh, it was a mistake. It was a mistake.
Alright,
You made
I
a big
didn't
one,
want
so
to.
I'm pointing it out.
I know I did, because she forgot a bit, that's why.
We'll just do it again.
Okay, but if there's a group of friends and two of them are always arguing, you don't normally say, yeah, they were really close, they had a really close relationship compared to the others. You normally say they had the least close relationship and they hate each other. I mean, I know you can get love-hate relationships and stuff like that, but if it's to the extent where they argue that much, you don't normally say, yeah, they have such a close relationship. I'm not saying friends can't argue, but it's really weird. It seems very weird to have such extremes unless something else was going on, unless maybe they were a couple, maybe they weren't. I think something did happen in that bed, but honestly, like anything when it comes to shipping, we can't say. We can only speculate and wonder, and I guess maybe we'll never know. But it seems to me that the reason Geri left the Spice Girls was there was a lot of bad blood between her and Mel B, and a lot of arguments, and maybe they both wanted to be Queen Bee, or they were both dominating the whole band, and it went wrong. Whether it was a romantic relationship or a sexual relationship, or whether it was just platonic, it was obviously, there was a lot of arguments between Mel B and Geri, and then it all went wrong. Geri probably could have dealt with it better than just leaving on Mel B's birthday and not saying anything, but I mean, it's really good that they're all friends now.
I wanted to go around, kind of make amends and say, you know, I'm sorry for my
Who
part.
said sorry first?
I don't think she's ever said sorry.
Really?
No.
Would you
Maybe
like
she-
it if she finally
No,
took
it's
some on the
fine.
chin?
No, it's fine. No, we were just young. There's nothing to say sorry for. We were just young.
But you did say sorry.
I did, and I'm sorry now.
Oh, that is so sweet, they're friends again. I must admit, I do ship it. I ship 90s Jeremy? Jeremy. What would they be? What would that be? Merry. It's starting to sound like a vegetable. Mellery. I don't know. I don't know. I can't work out these ship names. But I do ship it in the 90s. Not anymore. But I'm glad they patched things up and they're friends again. And as a lot of you've probably seen, it has been the 20-year anniversary. 3 of them are doing things together. That's Geri, Emma and Mel B. Gem, because Sporty and Posh don't want to do it, so they have been reunited as a trio. They're doing stuff together. It's going to be a party, apparently.
And we want to celebrate and have a party. And when we do,
You're all invited! A party? I don't know what that means, but I'm glad that they're all friends again and everything's fine. I hope you guys enjoyed this video on my Spice Girls OTP and possibly why Geri left the Spice Girls. Comment below if you've ever been a fan of the Spice Girls or if there are any other bands that have broken your heart in this way. Please let me know that I'm not the only one. That was only slightly a joke. This is how I'm having to film today. Look at His Majesty taking up the whole bed. So I hope you enjoyed that. Give a thumbs up if you liked it. I have some creative ideas, so hopefully you'll be seeing them soon. I'm going to be really excited to show you when they're all ready and done. It's actually this little guy's birthday today. Pikachu is 1 year old. So we've got him a present. Spoilers. So I hope you like that, guys. Please subscribe if you want to see more. And I hope you have a lovely day and your fandoms are kind to you. Bye!
Oh, hello. Hello.
Oh. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. He's so cute.
Happy
birthday, dear Pikachu. Happy
birthday to you. What?
Woo! Oh, he ran away from the presents. He loves bouncy things. Oh. Oh, look what you've got, Pikachu. No, he wants his food.
Darling.
Treats.
Lots of treats, because you're a 1 year old boy. That's so sweet.
I know.
So she's got the catsuit round her ankles, covering her boobs. And yeah, and Kate and Naomi barge in, needing the loo.
Oh my God, and they see her tuppence. It's a good
It's a
tuppence.
good one.
Nice, shiny, fresh tuppence.
She won't mind us saying that. It's a good one.